Pledge of Allegiance. I will not call a meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is not an official meeting, but since we do have some guests, and I do need to present the CABE Student Leadership Award, I do want to recognize our Tigger family has experienced 2 profound losses within our school community this past month. We lost Mrs. Marcia Martin, a previously retired longtime educator at Thompson Middle School, whose dedication, compassion, and commitment to students left a lasting impact on countless lives. We also mourn the loss of Mr. Arthur Greenside, a previously retired longtime business teacher and guidance counselor at Turtleout Memorial High School. Throughout his years of service, Mr. Greenside worked tirelessly to help our high school students grow into thoughtful, responsible, and contributing members of society. His guidance and encouragement shaped the fullness of many students and families. Both Mrs. Martin and Mr. Greenside served our district with distinction, care, and unwavering dedication. Their contributions to our schools and community will not be forgotten, and their absence leaves a tremendous void in the hearts of all who knew them. I also want to mention that Integrity Plus took place last week, and Madison, congratulations.
Yeah.
There's a town meeting on this Wednesday on 5/13 that is going to send the budget to a vote on 5/27. Everybody please go out and vote. And this is a very, very busy time of year for the town of Thompson, the school. There's a lot of going on, so I know there's a lot of juggling. As we see tonight, baseball games, and I know there's a lot of parents on our board, so there's a lot to deal with.
Amanda, why don't you try to zoom
The next
on?
thing I would like to do is I will not entertain citizens' comments tonight because this is not a meeting.
Amanda Jean just jumped on.
Oh, she did? Great. We can have a meeting. Good. I will call the meeting. I will call the meeting to order at 7:06. So great. We have an official meeting now. I will entertain citizens' comments. Any citizens' comments from the peanut gallery? And I'm dating myself. Really dating myself. My mother would not allow me to watch that show. If anybody remembers, anybody knows.
I know the saying, I don't know where it's from. Yeah.
It's the Howdy Doody show.
Okay.
Any citizens' comments from the, thank you, Amanda, for hopping on. Any citizens' comments from the Zoom audience? No? Hearing none, I will go to the student recognition. The CABE Student Leadership Award goes to, oh my God, Maya K.
And actually, Ms. Granado's here, so she could probably pronounce it for us.
Oh, wow. Oh. Come on, Ms. Granado.
Is it Maya or Maya?
Maya.
Maya, okay. Maya, congratulations on being chosen to receive CABE Student Leadership Award.
Yes.
Fleetwood Mac, one of my favorite bands. Again, dating myself.
Be careful.
Yeah, so I just want to say a few words about Maya. One of the most beautiful things about Maya is she goes under the radar, but always has the, oh, look, Maya, look at, oh.
Yes, you open your award for everything. Yeah, open up your thing. There you go.
Thank you.
When I choose the student for this award, I always like to choose someone that is a leader, but kind of we don't know it. And she's very much in the classroom, always has her own opinion and stands by what is right. and leads her classmates, even though the opinion may not be what everybody else is. So I just admire that in her, and I wish her nothing but the best in the future. And I believe you're going to Thompson
Yes, I am.
Turtlet. Yes,
Oh,
I'm very
yeah.
proud of that too. So Turtlet is gaining a beautiful and wonderful student. Very proud of her.
Congratulations on that. And I apologize for not being able to pronounce your last name. Shut up.
Thank you.
I know.
Okay, now we will go on to the finance director's update.
No meeting.
When are we doing the presentation?
It's on there.
Oh.
Hey guys, a little bit of good news, or at least trending a little bit positively this month. Year-to-date spending, no change to the budget as usual. Year-to-date spending of 16.9 million, 77.5% of the budget, which is behind where we were last year, which is a good sign.
Yep.
Encumbrances are a little bit ahead, but we are already starting to trim those back. You know, the annual dance where we're closing POs and the like. So hopefully that'll yield some fruit. Total projected spending as of right now, 21.7 million, or 99.8% of the year for the year. Believe it or not, I did not plan this, but that's exactly where we were last year. Same two departments currently projected to be over budget. Pupil services, although you'll see that number tighten up a little bit to 306,000. The drivers are the same, and then ESY by 5,000, as we've talked about every month. We've had a couple of offsetting things in this month's financials. It was really the push to move expenses into grants that we do every time this year. And the good guy there was offset by some development in special education, as you guys know. So those two things offset to put us slightly more in the black than we were last month. We're at just $42,000 projected for the year. You'll remember last month that was closer to $19,000 or $20,000. So all of the good and the bad this month, doubled our position to the good. Obviously, it's pretty discouraging that more of the good news didn't stick, but that's just the world we live in. That process with the grant work will continue through the remainder of the year, and we'll also, obviously, you guys know our budget's been frozen for quite a while. But that doesn't mean that there aren't amounts that have been encumbered throughout the year that as we get closer to the end of the year, we'll be able to trim back, and that'll help our position. That said, there always seems to be things that pop up that will swing the other ways. But hopefully the news was a little bit better this month, and hopefully it'll stick.
And Bill, you start the process very soon of closing down POs
Right.
that are open as
Yeah,
well.
we've actually done a few of them already. Really, that whole process is helped by the freeze, because everything from, a lot of the supplies and things like that have been shut down for quite a while. So if there are POs here and there related to supplies, those are getting shut. The flip side to that is those dollars, as you guys know when we do the budget, they're not all that large.
Yeah.
So you might be closing a $1,500 PO here and there. It's not going to move the needle, but hopefully a bunch of small ones add up to something that matters. Rick?
On the latest state funding thing that was
Yep.
brought up, does that go into the 26-27
Yes.
year? So it is the next year,
Yes,
the
and the-
same budget we're talking
Right.
that we are
Correct.
looking to
The
approve?
Board of Finance met last week, and they put those monies into, so 170 million in total, right? In Thompson, we get about 385,000 of that. About 301,000 of that, I would think of as additional like ECS type funding. So that actually decreased the Board of Ed budget, and that's how it was adopted by the Board of Finance. The other 75 or 76,000 is additional Mohegan Pequot money, which actually hits the town side, but they took that into revenue on the town side too. So the combination of those two serve to offset, to lower the mill rate. So you'll remember that the projected increase was 1.93 mils from last year from this year to next year. Incorporating those revenues, that brings that increase to 1.56. So hopefully it puts us in a little better position to try to get the budget passed.
That'll come across at the referendum then as far as the actual
Yes.
budget numbers?
Yep,
Okay.
yep. So no reduction to expenses, but an increase in revenues, which, so we budget for expenses, right? And then we subtract out the revenues that we either generate through taxes or through fees and whatnot, or grants that we receive like ECS. That comes down to a number that we call the tax warrant, and that's what drives the mill rate. It's the amount of money we have to raise as a town to run the town and the school. So that additional $385,000 in revenue essentially serve to lower that tax warrant and lower the mill rate.
Thank you. They don't do that every year.
Too bad,
Okay,
yeah.
I will now entertain a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting as of April 6th.
I'll make a motion to accept the April 6th minutes.
I'll second the motion.
Second? Second from Daniela, okay. Any discussion on those minutes? Hearing no discussion, I'll put the motion to the floor for a vote. All in favor of accepting the minutes of April 6, 2026, say aye.
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 Uh, Any opposition? Say nay. None. Any abstentions? The minutes pass.
It's on the first.
Okay. I don't believe we had any subcommittee.
We actually had a
Yes.
Oh, you have a communications?
Yep.
Okay.
So we had a communication subcommittee on Monday, May 4th. I'm going to give you just the highlights because we kind of talked about a lot of stuff. We discussed touring the high school and giving updates as to how the middle school parents and students, the showcase and the science fair, and how that kind of played out, and I think that was a positive thing that we will try to do every year. We talked about simplifying the communication, which will be rolled out this August, using just Power School as the main communication throughout all 3 schools. We decided that we are going to continue with the Leadership Local Government Roundtable for the upcoming year. Ongoing initiatives included the Did You Know campaign that's on the Facebook page, the Student Spotlights and Pathway Spotlights that's also on the Facebook page. We talked about the incentive program and some of the things that that is funding. Sports promotions and looking for sponsorships to assist our athletic kitty that they have for funds. Letter writing campaign is a thing we kind of talked a lot about in terms of education funding strategizing. And we're actually going to have another meeting in August for the subcommittee to kind of use that as one of our major topics to discuss, so that we can get ahead of it for this coming next year for when there's legislation that's happening. And we think that some of the efforts that we did was a part of how we ended up getting this additional funding this year. So that was one of the things we were kind of pleased with. The parent, student, staff survey will be coming out shortly to everybody, and we talked about that. Celebrating the seniors, I think everybody's seen on the Facebook page, they've started to put out acceptance day as well as decision day for folks that are in the career pathways and having a career right out of high school. We talked about the flyer in which our select person gave us kind of what is in the already for the EDC. This is more for soliciting businesses, and we were kind of thinking to see if there was something that the town could do to solicit the town in general, both for families, for recreation, all of the things that Thompson has to offer. And so there's some discussion to start thinking about that from a marketing standpoint. Pathways were discussed, and the vet assistant is a possibility if there's enough students that are interested in the program. We talked about the referendum vote that's coming up. And let's see, what else? And then we just set our next meeting date, which was for August 24th. So that's that.
Okay, the enrollment update.
Okay, so currently we have 764 students enrolled in the district. That is a reduction of 2 students. At Marriott Fisher, we have 326 students. That's an additional student, 1 student. At Thompson Middle School, we have 273. That is a reduction of 1 student. At Turtelot Memorial High School, we have 164 students, and that is a reduction of 2 students. So overall, we are down 2 students from the month before, which was 766. We are now at 764. And then Danette does provide you with the backup as to the comings and goings of students enrolling and withdrawing. And at this current time, we do have 23 students outplaced for special education. And I know you can refer back to Dr. Jones' report. And that is the enrollment update.
Okay, now we have the Life Touch presentation.
Yes, so as you all recall, there were some concerns from families about the continuation of using Life Touch as our school photographer. As you know, the middle school and the elementary school do work with Life Touch. The middle school also produces their yearbook with Life Touch. And so our accounts manager in the region, Dave, is here with his team because we wanted to address the situation around the breach of picture confidentiality, the connection to controversial issues that are happening in the country, and let you hear from the business side of things, where Life Touch stands with all of that. And so Dave is here with his team, and they're going to talk a little bit. They've got some handouts in front of you, and I'm going to turn it over to you. If you would come to the microphone, though, that would be helpful so the folks at home can hear.
I did do that.
Thank you.
I did email Danielle a PowerPoint.
Great. So we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come here, but we thought it would be best, and that way the board members can ask you any questions they may have.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you having us. My name is Dan Bliss. I'm the Northeast Sales Manager with Life Touch. We have Alicia Durand is the Area Manager for Life Touch, and then Dave Dizzo is the local representative. So thank you again for giving us the opportunity to come in here and speak with all of you and tell you a little bit about what's happened the last couple months. Now you've been kind of updated. Earlier this year, we were actually kind of a victim of cyberbullying. There's no other better way to put it. About a bunch of influencers went on and started talking stuff about Life Touch and connecting dots between Epstein and us. And unfortunately, it went national. It went everywhere. And none of it was true. It all came from influencers that did it on their own. There was no evidence to base. It was baseless all the way through the whole process. And actually local media picked up on it and debunked all of it. Well-known media, as you'll see on the slides as we start to go through. So if you wouldn't mind going to the next timeline slide.
You can go to the
Next one, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this is a bit of a timeline, a little bit of a history of Life Touch over the last couple of years. So we're a 90-year company. This is our 90th birthday. What a birthday present we got this year. So in April of 2018, Life Touch was purchased by Shutterfly. Prior to that, it was employee-owned and operated. Shutterfly was a great partner. We felt, between Shutterfly's capabilities and Life Touch, it was just a perfect marriage. Shortly after that, in September of 2019, we were purchased by a company called Apollo Global Management, which is where all this is coming from. So basically, a gentleman by the name of Leon Black was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. The thing is about us, and why it's so untrue and debunked immediately, is that Jeffrey Epstein died in August of 2019. Apollo didn't even purchase us until September of 2019. So right there's really no connection. There was no chance for pictures to be shared and whatever it is that they've come up with online. So we're just on the unfortunate end of all of that. You can go ahead and go to the next slide if you wouldn't mind. So these are actually some of the media coverage that came out in our defense. One of them I can see right now is USA Today. It's a little small for me from here, but these are just national media companies that came to our defense, did the research, and basically said there's nothing here. There's no connection. Our CEO, LifeTouch was never named in the Epstein files. Our CEO was never named in the Epstein files. There's zero connection. As a matter of fact, Leon Black, who was part of the Apollo group, resigned in 2021. So he has been out of that connection for several years now as well. Wouldn't mind go to the next slide? Thank you. So this here is a little bit of background of what we do to protect our students that we photograph, or the students that we photograph, I should say. So each year, our company goes through an audit. It's called the SOC 2 audit. And basically what it is you're maybe familiar with the FERPA requirements. So we make sure that we're in line with all those different requirements to make sure we're following all those guidelines. So we have a third party come in and do a really in-depth audit. It's called the SOC 2 audit. So what they do is they go through and make sure that we're hitting every requirement, state, federal, local law that requires us to keep the data secure. So we go through that. This year, we've always done that, the last couple of years anyways. This year, we decided to do a SOC 3 audit. It basically, report I should say, is what that means is we just took the SOC 2 information that's very private, and you can't really share that because it's got a lot of sensitive information, and we made it an available report that can be viewed by the public. And we can absolutely share that. Dave has a copy here tonight. We can share that out electronically if anybody would like to take a closer look at that. But just again, basically just as cliff notes of the SOC 2 audit that was performed each year to show that we are doing everything that we need to do to keep your family safe.
We're actually the only photo company that
That is
publishes a SOC 3.
Yeah, there's nobody else that has the proof or shares the proof that we do all of that to make sure we meet all those guidelines. Some of the other things that we do is we have a secure portal that the schools access. It calls multiple authentications to get into that portal. Any data that is transpired is never through email, it's always through this portal. So it's always fully secure at all times at that point. Every image that is taken on picture day is encrypted. And why that's important. So if you can imagine if someone took a picture, saved it to their computer and left the building, maybe stopped at Walmart on the way home, their car gets broken into, and all of a sudden now they have all the data and pictures of your students in the school. So they're encrypted from the point they leave the school and to the point they're printed at our lab, which are also all internal. We never outsource any of our printing. Everything is done in-house in our LifeTouch and Shutterfly labs.
Just to add a little
Yeah,
bit about that,
please.
because I spend a lot of time in the photography world. So our photographers actually use like a military grade Toughbook computer where those images are stored. So there's no SD card that those images are placed on at all whatsoever. Those images can only be transmitted by using that Toughbook that is secure through a password, through a secure network. A lot of other photography companies are simply using SD cards that I can hold here in my pocket with student images on it. That is not what we're doing. So they're very, very secure. And like I said, no one else can access them after they're uploaded.
And actually, when your photographers leave the building, they have nothing on the computer. They leave with nothing. I mean, they leave with the computer. So there's no data on the computer. It's already been sent to the company via the cloud.
And I know at our end, when you give us the pictures, they're manually uploaded to PowerSchool.
Yep.
You guys have the capability, like your IT we can actually connect Fisher and Thompson Middle together, and you can actually have access to all the pictures for the whole district in there.
And again, that's secure because it's all done through our portal.
Correct.
And it's formatted right for PowerSchool, so we work in conjunction with PowerSchool, so it's secure to your data system.
My tech director says she manually uploads the photos, so.
Yep.
Yep, and they're
Yeah.
formatted directly to the way Power School needs them formatted, so.
And why those photos are very important to be in the database for us is, you know, for security reasons, for safety reasons, we do need to have those images there.
Okay, would you mind going to the next slide, please? So this is actually kind of a checklist. These are all the things that LifeTouch does to make sure that information is secure and we're following all the rules, and that just maybe another vendor may not be doing. So these are just a way to kind of express what we do day in and day out to make sure that all our information is stored and secured. One thing I didn't mention, every one of our photographers is part of our company. So everybody in the company, not just our photographers, but all three of us, everybody across the board gets background checked every year. It's very thorough. So we go through that process yearly, and so do our photographers, because they are our employees. They're
And
not vendors.
that's a criminal and a sexual offender background check, as well as a motor vehicle record check. And that's every employee in the company, and the company reruns those yearly or biannually, depending on the position, but photographers, it is annually.
So that's honestly basically what we had to present tonight for you guys. We're here to kind of answer any questions. We're here as a partner to kind of ease the community of their unrestness of the situation, and just really express that we were kind of a victim in this as much as everybody else that was involved, unfortunately. So we're just here to try to set the record straight.
I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Okay.
Well, we thank you very much for coming and sharing this with us. And I think if there's any other questions, I'll reach out to Dave.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely, and we can provide all the digital files that we use today, or that you can share out wherever you see fit, to be able to make that decision.
All right.
Well, thank you so much for your
Thank you
time.
for having us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on, is there any old business we need to discuss today? Okay. We have new business, which is the healthy food certification approval. We have to do this every year.
You have to read it,
Oh,
don't
okay.
you?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I see that, Bill, you have attached the cafeteria report, or cafeteria.
That was actually directed from Deb. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I will be.
Two motions?
Yeah, Kathleen, we're looking for the food.
Oh, I have to read those?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it. All right. Motion number one. Pursuant to Connecticut General Statute Section 10-215F, the Thompson Board of Education certifies that all food items offered for sale to students in the schools under its jurisdiction and not exempted from Connecticut nutrition standards published by the Connecticut State Department of Education will comply with the Connecticut nutrition standards during the period of July 1st, 2026 through June 30, 2027. This certification shall include all food offered for sale to students separately from reimbursable meals at all times and from all sources, including but not limited to school stores, vending machines, school cafeterias, culinary programs, and any fundraising activities on school premises sponsored by the school or non-school organizations and groups. Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Say no. Any abstentions?
Aye.
Amanda? You?
One abstention, Kathleen. One abstention.
Okay, Danielle abstains, okay. Because we don't know what it really means.
I'm good.
Oh, you're good with it? Okay, thank you, Amanda. Okay, we have another motion that's required. Motion number 2. The Thompson Board of Education will allow the sale to students of food items that do not meet the Connecticut nutrition standards and beverages not listed in section 10-221Q of the Connecticut General Statutes, provided that the following conditions are met. 1, the sale is in connection with an event occurring after the end of regular school day or on the weekend. 2, the sale is at the location of the event. And 3, the food and beverage items are not sold from a vending machine or school store. An event, in quotes, is an occurrence that involves more than just a regularly scheduled practice, meeting, or extracurricular activity. For example, soccer games, school plays, or interscholastic debates are events. But soccer practices, play rehearsals, and debate team meetings are not. The, quote, regular school day, unquote, is the period from midnight before to 30 minutes after the end of the official school day. Quote, location, unquote, means where the event is being held and must be the same place as the food and beverages sale. Do I have a second?
Second.
Heather seconds, okay. All in favor of adopting this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition, say no.
I'm opposing. I'm not saying anything.
Okay,
If you could even tell me that I'm talking, I'm sorry I sound so bad.
that's okay. And any abstentions?
Aye.
And we have 1 abstention, so we have
A no and 1
4
abstention.
ayes, 1 abstention, and 1 no. Okay. All in all, it passes. We've taken care of that. Now, I need to add a motion to add some correspondence to the next section. And that is, do I have a copy of that correspondence?
Letter B will be BOE resignation.
It's a BOE resignation, and do I have a copy of that?
Yes, it's in your packet.
I don't know that we have a copy of it. Okay. Oh, I do, okay. I didn't. Oh, okay, I do, yes, I'm sorry, I just really was swamped this weekend.
I'll make a motion to add item B under correspondence for a BOE resignation.
Okay, thank you.
Bless you.
Mother's Day weekend and. Okay, here we go. Okay, and that is, okay, thank you so much. Okay, here we go. All right, the first one we have is, no, what's the first one?
Christchurch.
Okay.
Christchurch.
Thank you.
Are we doing?
The first one we have is from
Creation Church.
Pastor Chris Lang from the Creation Church and Pastor Tim Norman. It says, thank you so much. Dear Thompson Public School Board, thank you so much for allowing Creation Church to rent your beautiful auditorium for our Easter Sunday event. This past weekend, we had a great event and are very appreciated. The second one we have is passed on to us by the town clerk and to Chairman Bolte, Vice Chair Herbert, and Superintendent Smith, and members of the board. Fortunately, please accept this letter as my formal resignation from the Board of Education effective August 1st, 2026. This decision has not come easy due to ongoing health concerns and the need to undergo multiple required surgery. I must prioritize my well-being and recovery in the months ahead. In addition, evolving family responsibilities require more of my time and the attention that I am currently able to balance alongside my duties on the board. That being said, I believe that it is in the best interest of both the board and myself to step aside at this time. I hope moving forward that the board continues to foster a respectful, collaborative environment in service of our students and the community. It has been an honor to serve this community and contribute to the important work of the board. I remain grateful for the opportunity and for the relationships built during my time as part of the board. I wish the board continued success in its efforts to serve the students, family, and staff of our district. Sincerely, Amanda Jean Lincoln. So you'll be with us through our July meeting.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
If I can just talk for a moment about it.
Of course.
So I have multiple health concerns, autoimmune diseases, and unfortunately going forward, I'm going to have kidney surgery number 13 and 14. So lots of things in my personal life have kind of turned into a dumpster fire, so to speak. But I just want everybody to know that this was not a decision that I took on lightly. I was honored that everyone in town voted for me to be on this board. I just physically cannot handle another thing. And I hope you all realize how hard of a decision that was for me.
We appreciate that, Amanda, and we wish you well, and we hope that everything turns out all right for you, and, we will be on your side.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, next up, I will entertain citizens' comments from the Zoom audience. Hearing none from Board of Education comments? Ms. Danielle.
So I just want to make a comment. We all know, obviously, the bifurcation was voted yes at the referendum recently. We know we're going to have a hard-fought battle ahead with this budget being passed. I know we as the board do everything we can to get out there and promote it, how much the school means to the community, to these kids, getting their best possible education with what we have. We can't afford to lose any more money if this budget doesn't pass. I think it would be best if we all work together as a community, meaning we as the Board of Ed, as well as our finance board, selectmen board, planning and zoning board, everybody, right? We all got to come together. We all need to be working together right now to fight as hard as we can to get this budget to pass. We in this room all know that it's one budget no matter what. But if one fails, they both fail. We know there's a small group in town that is really pushing hard back at the school. But if we don't all try to work together as a community, as a whole, and get out there and promote this, it's not gonna look very good. So I would hope that maybe we can try to plan something where the boards can all come together to try and push to the town, to the community, to our voters, like, let's get out there, let's show how much the school means to us. If that's a quarterly meeting, a monthly meeting, I don't think it just needs to be right now. It needs to continue. I know our campaign for the Republicans was communication, working together, one community, because that's what we are, right? We're one town, we're one essential board overall, right? If one area is going to fail, we're all going to fail. So I think now is really time with this bifurcation that we all need to work together. We all need to step up and try and do what's best for this school, or else we're not going to see it succeed. And it has come a long, long way. We do some great things.
I, for one, was involved in bringing the budget together. We worked very hard to unbifurcate the budget. If that's even a word.
It is now.
And I was so sad to see that we've always done it this way, and I'm so sick of that attitude in this town. And I'll go on, as a private citizen, I am going to go on the record to say I am tired of this old, we've always done it this way, and I know why they do it, because, and they want to fight against the school. I have a friend who's on the Board of Finance in Putnam. And how they present it in Putnam is they pay $13,000 a year to educate a kid, because they net the cost of that's actually $23,000 or something. They net the ECS and present it to the voting public as that's what it costs to educate a kid in Putnam. They don't see the 23 or 24,000. I know Putnam is less, but they have economies of scale. They have 1,100 kids in their school system. We have 764. Right. And it cost us 27. Now, if we took the ECS grant and plus this new 300,000, we would have somewhere 17,000 that it cost us to educate our kids. And if we put that on the ballot, it would look a heck of a lot better. Why don't we do that? Are we actually voting on, we only vote on the expenses. We do not vote on revenue.
Correct.
We should net the revenue. We don't vote to accept the revenue. I'm mad about that. They don't see what it actually costs us to run this town. It doesn't cost us $33 million. You've got to net the revenue. It doesn't cost us that much money to run this town. We should only be voting on a mill rate. Do they see the mill rate on the ballot? No.
No, I just see the big number. Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents worth.
1.5, spread the word.
Yeah, I'm going to.
There you go, yeah.
It does not cost us $27,000 to run it, yes. You shall be recognized.
I just wanted to say to Amanda that I'm sorry to see you leave. I understand. I always tell you family and health first, and I'm happy to have worked with you for as long as we did, and nobody holds your decision against you. So I just want you to know that everybody wants you to be healthy, and don't be concerned about the board. It will go on.
I appreciate you saying that, and I don't think anybody wants me to be healthier than I want myself to be healthy. And taking all the medicine that I have to take just to make my kidneys work is getting exhausting. So we soldier on, people. We soldier on.
Yes, Heather.
I just wanted to put it out there to the board, to anybody that might be listening, parents, community members. I personally go through my little phone and send a personal text to all of my families and friends in Thompson, and just reminding them to vote. And so I implore all of the students, board members, community members, parents, all the people, if you all reached out just to remind people that there's a vote and where it is and what the times are the night before, I think that would, have an uptick on the voter turnout. Also, I know a group of the communications subcommittee at least, and I invite anybody else who wants to join us. We always kind of wave to the parents and the students coming up the hill in the morning, both for the middle school, elementary, and high school drop-off, and usually the pickup too, just to again remind people that there is a vote today that may not realize it. So if you would like to join us, we will be down there, and I can tell you the times if you're interested.
And I appreciate all the work that the Communication Committee has done. And Heather's done a fantastic job with that Communications Committee. I appreciate it.
Heather, can you send an email out about that?
To you?
Sure.
Okay.
About times, locations, stuff
Okay,
like that?
yeah, sure.
That'd be great.
All right. Yes, Rick.
I just wanted to comment, because Kristen didn't, but one of the incredible things as we get to the end of the year is being invited to a number of the functions, and there's a lot coming. But I had the opportunity to be part of the Integrity Plus one the other day, and it was recommended. And I just, with our representative here, just so impressed with the number of the young people that were recognized for their teachers. And one of the most incredible things sitting there next to the high school principal too is that as a teacher was talking about one of the students, is all the teachers would shake their head yes, as the recognition for the quality of the students and what the kids put forth amongst their fellow students in their class and the entire school and to the community. It's been a pleasure to see that as part of the Board of Ed this year. So it's been a true learning experience. I find it, I got to speak with a couple leaving one of the town meetings as well as, why would you want this bifurcation thing? You can see what the dollars and cents are in both halves. It makes no sense. I still don't understand their feeling. But even my neighbor was complaining, oh, it's going to be this. I said, well, you need to get out there and understand the $12 million part of this to move the town expenses and how that brings the mill rate down. And it all makes sense if you look at the numbers. And just encourage folks to reach out and look for the information, both about the school, because the school is tremendous as to what they're doing with and for our students, and what the town is trying to do to keep it operating fiscally responsibly. And I can appreciate that, having been here now about 2 years. It's
yeah, I've gone to
a lot.
many of since I've been on the board 14 years now, and I've gone to quite a few of I've only missed one or two of the Integrity Plus, and it is back when they had it at the Speedway.
Yeah.
And it is an amazing thing to attend. And it's wonderful that they recognize not only the high honors and just some, just kids who are ordinary kids, but they really are in there for their community, for their school, and it is a wonderful thing to attend.
Mm-hmm.
And all they get's a lousy sweatshirt out of it.
It's a memory. that night memory has got to be incredible.
They're not in it for this one.
Scholarship and Award Night is another.
Yeah, that's a great one, too.
That
Yeah,
is
that's a good
amazing.
one.
That is, I never miss that. I never miss that one.
Okay.
Anyway, so, any other comments?
Sorry, nope, I was skipping ahead to motion to adjourn.
That's what I was looking for.
Second.
I was just asking if there were, politely asking if there were any other comments. And I did not have Amanda's. I had the Creation Church one, but I did not have it in my packet.
Adjourn.
Prove it.
I didn't have hers in mine, the one that came out.
I received it after I sent your email to anybody
You want
wants
to make a copy? What did you say?
I said, I don't know if Nick has any.
Nick, do you want to make a comment, or?
Just thank you for the continued partnership, and I'm happy to support you guys moving forward and to set the record straight. I know there's been kind of a lot of behind the scenes conversation of maybe what my role should be or maybe, and I'm not here to dictate or rule anyone's world. I'm not looking to sit in on any crazy co-subcommittees or disciplinary hearings or employee discipline hearings or anything like that. I'm just here to simply support you guys and your students as one town and one team, if you so choose. and if you don't, I'll still be here.
Will
So
you?
please take me up on it.
Can we get some more money?
You just got 12 million. What more do you want? How much more
Well,
do you
hold
want?
on, I mean.
We're working towards it, so we're making strides. I know baby steps. I know it's a long road, but I do see positivity coming.
Yep.
You know, I've spoken to most of you one-on-one, and it seems like that there's definitely being some forward progress here in Thompson. So let's stay the course. Let's continue to work together, be one team, and if you guys ever need anything, I'm here for you.
We appreciate that very much, Nick. You know that.
Thank you.
So I'm away next week.
Yep. Do you need a adjourn?
Yes, we have to vote on
To
it.
adjourn. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Christine made it, I second it. All in
Yes.
favor? Aye. Are you sure?